The 12 Days of Dillo's is social media ohana on Theme Park Thursday. The nostalgia, the tradition, the magic, the memories, and the madness. The most listened to and downloaded siblings podcast about theme parks that drops on a Thursday from the state of New York. Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. Brought to you by DillosDizResort.com. Now is the time.
Forever?
Miss Tomorrow.
Old.
A minute and a half.
Hashtag always MGM.
Step out to your right.
Old.
The
Drink.
secret staircase.
We always do that.
You are approaching the unloading area.
Behold the majesty of the Sistine Seal.
For the kids.
A salute to all theme parks, but mostly Walt Disney World.
What a cute ending.
Aloha and welcome aboard.
This is Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank, and we are here once again for the 12 Days of Dillo's Diz social media ohana. We've altered the name this year.
That's right. We expanded because we have so many friends in so many places now.
We have grown. We have reached out to 12 guests in our community of social media-ness that will appear on these 12 days for the very first time, never before heard on the podcast.
Yes, which is always weird to us because we feel like we have talked to all of these people so many times and we're like, I don't understand. What? We haven't talked to you in this forum before? What?
So this guest has been super kind to us over the years. We're wearing, Jen, you and I are matching with our Hallmark t-shirts.
That's right.
For this season. Jen is a little uncomfortable because it's still November when we're recording this episode.
It's before Thanksgiving. Which is
but we are here with the presenter of those gifts from last Christmas. She is also a guest of the Dillo's Diz Resort, our Patreon membership. So please, for the very first time, welcome to Theme Park Thursday. It's Shannon. Shannon, hello.
Yay.
Hello.
Welcome, Shannon. And just a behind the scenes for everyone. Thanks, Shannon, for sitting through 15 to 20 minutes of audio adjustments.
Well, it was partially my fault too, since the laptop had to reboot.
It always updates at the best times.
Best.
Yes.
An ongoing theme that it's just like not one of the three, let's say, if we have a guest on anymore. It's like
right.
All inclusive.
Yeah, it's everybody. It's a good time now. Maybe it's Zoom and not us.
That's it.
Although I think another time we were using another program. So it's fine. It's all fine.
Shannon, thanks so much for joining us. I think we should get started with just how generally it's here we are in like the second week into the third week of December. Where are you at this time, being the second to third week of December and not at all November, the future, with the holiday decorations and the holiday decor? What are your usual preparations?
If we're in December, my house has had Christmas throw up in it. So it's going to be everywhere and it will be extravagant and gaudy and all the good stuff. Yes.
I love it. How many trees do you have? Do you have more than one? Two. Okay.
Two.
I felt like when you said Christmas throws up, I feel like you were a more than one tree person.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
The nice tree upstairs and then the junky, kid ornament tree downstairs.
Perfect. Love it.
So let's discuss this concept for a second, because if we weren't in a 2-bedroom apartment here in New York City, Mrs. Dillo most certainly would have the classic Christmas tree, as she calls it, which would be the white lights and the traditional ornaments, and not say, as I'm looking at our Christmas tree right now in the middle of November, Ursula, Geppetto and Pinocchio, Jiminy Cricket, Bunsen and Beaker. I mean, is that what you break it down to? So like it's the other tree, straight up classic.
Yeah, that's the downstairs tree.
Yeah.
Where the presents actually go.
Okay. I like that though, that the presents go with the the fun ornaments. Yeah.
Tree.
And how was that? If I can speak historically, like how was that determined by your family? Does it go all the way back that you've had two trees, or is it just kid centric that once the kids came into play, that's when the two trees happened?
When the kids came into play. Actually, when we moved into this house, we have 2 floors now. So I wanted a tree that I could see upstairs when I'm up here in the kitchen doing all of my stuff and have it be to my liking and match the room more. And then downstairs, like whatever there. It's colorful and fun.
Yeah. I like that. I actually, tangent time. I went to Target today for a couple of things. It was a classic Target trip where you go for a couple of things. And I had a whole cart full of stuff. But one of the things I picked up today was a little tree. It's like maybe this big for everyone listening at home. You have no idea. But, something you would put on like a desk or something like that. And I was like, what is this little tree? This is cute. Do the kids need like this little tree in their room this year? Maybe I should get it. No, they don't need it. I'm going to get it. It was $10. Come on. Got it. Of course. And of course they were like, ooh, what is that? I'm like, that is a tree you guys can decorate, but not right now. Okay. Because I'm crazy. Okay.
Because we still have 10 days.
Exactly.
I bought myself this weekend, those ceramic trees with the little light bulbs.
Yes.
I've always wanted one, and I was at an antique shop over the weekend, and I was like, gotta have that.
Yeah, where did what happened to
that is somewhere.
Mama and Papa Dillos? It has to be somewhere, right?
It is either in a box that never gets opened in the garage, like we know what's in that box, so we just like. Right. I'm pretty sure though, if I had to put my finger on it, it's in a bowling ball box on top of the garage.
All right, I think we might have to take that out at some point,
just for the purposes of this podcast. We
for the content.
For the content.
That's right.
God knows we have antiques laying around in Mama and Papa Dillo's house.
Many, too many.
No, I want to talk about this traditional tree a little bit more. So does that? I mean, what's funny is, right? So growing up 20, 30, 40 years ago, whatever it was just regular Christmas balls and the tinsel and the garland and the lights, and that's it. So were you white lights growing up, or were you colorful lights growing up? Which way did it go?
Colorful lights. I don't think white lights were a thing when I grew up.
Yeah. Is that more? I feel like that's
because I think that came in much. Yeah. That's more modern time than when I was a child. I don't think we had that. I don't remember anybody having a white light Christmas tree, to be honest.
I guess that's a good point. I guess I never thought about it. Maybe it's just it was an 80s, 90s thing.
Maybe it started then. Yeah.
But I feel like it maybe came much. It wasn't an 80s thing.
Well, do you think it I feel like it's gone in a cycle, right? I feel like it was color lights and then white lights for a while, and then color came back with when LEDs became a thing.
Right.
And then you can pick, like on my tree that's pre-lit and it's fake, you can pick the setting that you want, you want blinking, you want colorful, you want white, you want a little sparkle, whatever it is. So they got fancy over the years.
That's true. You can do both.
Yeah.
No, I think the light bulbs were bigger too.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Yeah. I was thinking, like, because most of the trees, they didn't come with the lights like they do now. So I felt like we had bigger bulbs. Yeah. And like, I always remember them being bigger. And then at some point we had like bigger and smaller, and we kind of were like having both on the tree. And yeah.
And then the bigger bulbs, which you would put outside too, it would be fun to see which bulb you would break in a socket each year.
Yes.
And then just leave there for 10 years.
Yes. That's on that Crazy Christmas album, isn't it? Let's see. What does that count down? What did we brought it up one other time. Yeah.
The 12 Pains of Christmas.
The 12 Pains of Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that song.
Yes.
So just let's transition sharply into Disney talk. Is Disney at the holidays something that you are drawn to in all your trips over the years, or do you just kind of stay away from the holidays because it's too crazy?
I've been not right after Christmas. We went one year, like January 2nd, I think. And then like the end, right after Thanksgiving, that first week of December, usually. I've got a couple of times then. And so beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing better than being there then.
Now you have something to compare it to because you're close to Hershey, right?
Right.
And now is Hershey your home park? Like, would you consider that your home park?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And so what is the comparison between the two at the holidays?
I mean, nothing really compares to Disney World. So,
It's true.
Although Hershey Park does have Christmas Candy Lane.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's open now. Friday night it opened, and actually we were there. We have season
I saw
passes.
pictures. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and it's nice to go now because it's not so cold.
Yeah.
If you want to go for the lights and for the Christmas atmosphere, I mean, it's pretty spot on. At Candy Lane, so
nice.
I mean, it's nice to do that.
Yeah, I've heard about that more in the last few years. Like people around here have told me more about that they have been going up a lot of times around Thanksgiving weekends, that they'll take the little road trip up there. And,
right.
And now I'm just feeling like hearing about that, and Lewis always talking about Dollywood at the holidays. I'm like, basically I just need to theme park hop during the holiday season as if there's time for that. But I want to see all these places at the holidays. I feel like that would even like bring a little more to it.
Always. I really think I'd like to do Dollywood.
Yeah.
I think that would be really fun. I mean,
we need a Dollywood meetup.
Yes, I'd be all in on that.
Yeah.
Dollywood has definitely grown on me in this time of doing this podcast.
Yes.
And the Hallmark movie from years ago, of course.
Obviously. Yes.
Because we did Sesame Place at the holidays.
Yeah. Which your now 4-year-old got incredibly ill from, I believe, at that time.
Yeah. Pretty much. Mrs. Dillo went away for the weekend. We went to Sesame Place. First time she ever got sick, and then was like sick for like a very long time.
Yes.
until we had to get her
until this
annoyed.
Christmas.
No.
Yeah.
Until the adenoids had to go.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
And then they're all better.
And
it's amazing how that makes them just like whoop.
Right.
And then she grows like 6 inches in a year. Funny thing, sleeping well throughout the night.
What it can do. Mm-hmm.
How it helps everyone.
Speaking of, I'm really missing out on that the last 2 nights. Anyway.
So and to jump back to the weekend, that first week of December, classic time to go to Disney because it's the calm before or it's in between the two storms, I guess, and then of Thanksgiving and the holidays, and then the week after January, which I always thought was a great time to go like the 2nd or 3rd when all the kids, especially here on the East Coast, go back to school, and you kind of get that little extension of Christmas. Now I feel like it's a little mired by a marathon week and things like that. You get the marathon festivities and that packs things up a little bit, but it's still good to go post Christmas, because Jen and I, Christmas night, we're like, Christmas over. And so
really?
We're out.
Yeah.
Christmas night, Home Alone ends, the credits go up on Home Alone around 5:30. We're like, that's it. Let's call it. Fold up the tent. So,
yeah.
My light is acting funky. Do you see me strobe lighting?
I thought Shannon's house was haunted for a second.
So we have a tradition in my family of celebrating what we call Little Christmas. Mm-hmm. So on Epiphany, I remember back, my grandmother would always have it at her house, and then we would just get some dumb little small gift. Mm-hmm. And then my mom continued the tradition. And I'm sure that I will continue that on as well. So on January 6th, Epiphany, you can't take the Christmas tree down until then. And my dad was mean when we were children and would not let us, like if we got clothing, you're not allowed to wear that until after Epiphany.
Oh, wow.
Right. He was very I don't understand. Why? We could play with our toys.
I was just about to ask, could you play with toys in that time period?
We could play with our toys, but we couldn't wear our clothes or whatever until after that.
But is that a thing? I mean, I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
Is that the 12 days of Christmas? Like,
right. Well, the 12 days, right? They start on Christmas technically and go until the Epiphany, right? Those are the 12 days.
Right?
Because then you get
I think
12th night,
it, so.
12th night at the end of it.
Little did I know that I got married on this day, and that should have been celebrated more. Well, I should have brought that up. Oh man! All right. Well, this is good to know. This is good information for this upcoming. My 10th anniversary is coming up, and this will be the first year I now recognize.
Yeah, little Christmas, the Epiphany, 12th night. You got it all.
All of it going.
All right. All right.
So let's talk a little bit. When was the last time you went to Disney? And was it September? It was early?
I was just there in September, right? Mm-hmm. So we did do the Boo Bash.
Oh, you did the Boo Bash.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was okay.
Yeah. That's the feedback I heard all around.
Yeah. It wasn't Mickey's Not So Scary party. And I mean, it was fine. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law had never been there, so they didn't really have anything to compare it to.
Yeah.
We all are really into like the theme thing. So like the fact that we could dress up was really fun for us. So like that was part of it. And I mean, I miss the fireworks and the parade. Mm-hmm. So to be honest,
makes sense.
It was okay. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fun enough, but
I noticed on your Instas over at Shanny Pants, right? Don't
you love that?
I noticed a lot of matching shirts, if I recall. Was that how'd you go about planning all your matching shirts for? Did you do the whole week matching or just
every day?
Nice.
My son-in-laws really cry if they think that they have to do that. So, but suck it up.
Mm-hmm. It has to happen.
I don't know. I just pick usually part of it is a theme based on what park, what day, try to keep it. The one with the animal print bow was Animal Kingdom. And I tried to do something either Star Wars or we did Forky shirts for Hollywood Studios. And so
nice.
Whatever, I just go pick things out.
If you had to rank the parks, how would you place them and make sure to end at the 6th park with the Animal Kingdom?
It changes for me what my favorite thing is usually. I think for a while it was Animal Kingdom, but Magic Kingdom's pretty high on now, and then probably Hollywood Studios close. Oh, hashtag always MGM. Sorry about that.
Love it. Thank you. Good job. You're allowed to stay a little longer on our episode now, but
I do miss the Streetmosphere there, though. That is missing.
It's time. It's time they come back. Let's go. We got fireworks. We got these cavalcades, basically parades. Come on. It's time.
Right.
Got most of the entertainment back. You got the drummers in Japan. You got Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular coming back. Let's go. Let's do it. Especially at the holidays. Streetmosphere, Citizens of Hollywood do really fun stuff that's holiday based, and they really, play into that. Even though you're supposed to be walking through the golden age of Hollywood, they really almost play to that small town aspect of the tree lighting and the characters of the town kind of thing. And they've done that for a very long time. I think there's actually an old now I'm tangenting. There's video on YouTube of I want to say like someone, and it's not me, shockingly, recording Streetmosphere sets from like 93 to 97 or something like that. And I think it starts off with a pretty long segment from Christmas. They used to have like the citizens got together to put on their Christmas show and rehearse their Christmas show. And they did it for years. So to see it, I think I saw it for the first time last year. I was like, oh my God, it's so good. It's everything I want in life.
I wish I fought going to Disney World for a really long time because, I had Hershey Park. Like, why do I need to go there? I was foolish. I didn't realize. And I wish like the Streetmosphere stuff that you had seen then, like the early 2000s, is so, they've taken a lot of that away from, and it kind of is missing.
Yeah, went from like whatever 30 full-time performers to 6 or something ridiculous like that, and to really deplete it like that is like so shocking. And I get the crowd aspect of it. I mean, because that even goes back to when I was working there. In late 90s, they were trying to alter things because of how the crowd flow was to Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster, and so that altered a lot of things. And so that's always been on their mind, but to really. Like when they took away the public works, it was like, what are you doing? How do you take away the truck? You can't do that. So it's been, I would love to see it come back in some sort of renewed capacity too. And immersive theater is such a big thing now in the past 10 years that there's no reason why Disney shouldn't be upping the game in that format, in that area for sure.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
We're tangenting hard. So your trip in September, what did you do? Anything new? Anything that was different this time around that stood out to you as I have to start doing this more often?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard question. I have to think about that. But my mother-in-law and sister-in-law hadn't been there for a really long time. So for them, like everything was new. So it's kind of fun just watching it through their eyes and to, experience all that with them. Yeah. So that was fun because they had not been to, they had not seen Pandora or, obviously anything at Hollywood Studios that was new. They did not experience. So
yeah. So these worlds are like, what?
For sure.
What was their favorite? Because I'm sure they saw a lot that was new, obviously within the last couple of years. What was the thing they walked away from going, whoa?
Yeah. Probably for my sister-in-law, it would be Rise of the Resistance. Just mind blowing. I'm sure when she went home and she was talking about it, my brother-in-law was like, oh, okay, I think the 6 adults now need to have a trip.
Right.
So we all need to go do that. My mother-in-law really loved Pandora. That just the feel of all of that there was really, she just really enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah. And you said that it took you kind of some time to really get to Disney. Is that the same for your whole family? Like, were you all kind of like, Disney, and now you're all in? Or there's still some catching up still? Where's everyone at?
Well, what happened was, my husband had been there once or twice once with his family, and then when he went with the band, and they did perform down there at I'm not sure what they did exactly, but he performed with the band at Disney World. Okay. And then he hadn't been till we went, and he had been wanting us to go, and I was just like I said, I've got Hershey Park passes. I don't need to go to Disney World.
Right.
I don't need that. I don't know why you want to do this so bad. So fast forward to my daughter. My oldest daughter was in 9th grade. She was a freshman, and their chorus went and sang at Candlelight Processional.
Wow.
Yeah. So when she came home, she was like, Mom, you need to do this. I know that you will love it. So then we went that would have been the following Easter. This one was the first time that I went, and I was like, oh yeah, now I get what you were saying, and it is your fault now that I am an addict.
Yes.
I'll have no one to blame but yourselves.
That's right.
I hear it.
You.
They all love it too, and maybe not quite as much as me now, because once I did that, I was all in on looking everything up, and I just couldn't get enough of learning and doing when I started listening to podcasts and all of that, and I had to find an outlet for myself so that I didn't drive them crazy.
Understandable.
Right? You all understand that. And
yeah, of course.
gosh, why are you talking about this all the time? Because it's great.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
the hours that I spent in high school thinking about Disney World, because I didn't have YouTube and I didn't have, the amount of resource material available in books and whatnot. It was like, you get like the Walt Disney books and like the last 3 pages be like, and then Disney World opened. And you're like, but I want more information. That's how I felt it was.
Yeah.
Jen, have you never been to Hershey Park?
I've never been.
Yeah, so neither have I.
Which is ridiculous.
What are our must-dos for Hershey Park outside the holiday stuff, just in general? Like
in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The rides, like, see, you have small children, so it's hard because now I'm there with my grandchildren. Like for me now, it's just as much fun to take them and just do the kiddie rides with them. And now I'll go. My mom also goes. My mom is 75. Question mark or how? But she's my ride partner, and she'll ride everything with me. So we will hit all the roller coasters, and we do.
Good for your mom.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I want to be her at her age.
Yeah.
Like, please, I hope I got those genes. Yeah, they.
That's awesome.
Probably the Great Bear is probably my favorite ride. Favorite coaster.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. It's a steel coaster. And then they just put a new one in called Candemonium, and probably close second. But you can't go wrong with the classic, the Comet,
Yeah.
roller coaster.
Our long lost cousin, Eric Neal, not an official cousin, but we're going to call him one because maybe there's a family connection. We haven't figured it out yet. He's a big Hershey Park goer, but you guys have not crossed paths yet, right?
Not yet.
I feel like you guys are both there so often. I'm like, how is this not happening?
I know. I can't, because we were both there Friday night at Candy
that's
Lane.
so funny.
But I didn't see, I
That's
didn't
funny.
even think about it. I should have reached out on Instagram, just sent him a message or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure that we'll be there at the same time.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to do it. See, we need a Hershey Park meetup, but we need a Dollywood meetup. There's just too many. The list is getting longer, and we need just to be at Disney all the time. So
It's just all these things. No, well, that's what I think about now that the 5-year-old is like on Thunder Mountain, and I'm like, okay, what other coasters do I need to get her on? Because to help fill the void of when she's not going to Disney World as often as she thinks.
Yeah.
Or getting on the rides.
I wish I could remember what the height requirements are.
Yeah. We'll look them up.
For the roller coasters there, because there's definitely some that she would probably be tall enough to ride. I don't know. I just don't know what
I have to think about it. I have to look it up.
Yeah.
Just before we move on to the quiz, I want to ask this for there is a quiz. I wasn't kidding.
No, I don't know. I'm very nervous about the quiz.
For the group, is the ringing of the Hershey Kisses commercial like the greatest Christmas commercial in the history of holiday commercials?
Well, I mean, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah,
I like that.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The longevity, I think, should have it take the title at this point.
Right.
There's other great ones out there.
They kind of redid the square in Hershey, so the really tall kiss lights are gone. There's still kiss lights there, and you don't get to smell the chocolate quite like you used to back in, because they moved the factory, and so that's not quite as romantic as it used to be in Hershey.
Right.
But, yeah.
So the commercial brings the nostalgia then.
Right.
It brings you back. I like it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
How come there hasn't been a Hallmark movie in Hershey yet? They did one in Dollywood. We need one in Hershey.
They should totally do that. Christmas Candy Lane, that's well known.
That's the title of the movie. I mean, come on. How has that not even been a title just for something else? That works perfectly.
Shannon, have you been partaking of the Hallmark movie so far this season?
Yes, Frank, I have. I don't have the same rules.
Yeah. Do you have any particular favorites currently?
Oh, Currently. Oh, geez. I don't know. Putting me on the spot. See, is that the quiz? No.
This is a warm-up to the quiz.
The quiz is all about the Hallmark movies from this season.
It's so hard. I catch a lot of them on the streaming because I have the Hallmark Now app on my TV upstairs. Mm-hmm. So I kind of watch I'm watching the older ones because I'm upstairs doing that, but I have to think about it.
I raved about Next Stop Christmas here on the podcast.
Yes, that's the one that you were talking about that has the train, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So good.
I'm going to look. I actually, after you said that on the podcast the other day, I marked it. I went and looked on the app. When can I watch that?
I do that one. This weekend, what did I watch? I watched the one with, Days of Our Lives alum, Allison Sweeney.
Always.
Always.
She's in one every year.
Yeah.
And so that was a good one. It was about the Jen, just for your knowledge, she found an old Christmas card in her physics book or a calculus book. I don't remember which one, that she never knew was there, from a secret admirer. So the whole movie was about her tracking down a secret admirer in her hometown, like you do in your hometown.
Obviously.
Right.
Here's what happens when I'm in my hometown. Don't let me run into anyone. Go out with Mama and Papa Dillo, God, just.
And the other one I watched was Christmas Sale, because I have them all on DVR right now. They're just on DVR, listed. And Christmas Sale had featured the actor Terry O'Quinn, who played Locke on Lost. So that's it. I'm in. If he's in it, then I'm in. Yeah. And that was a good one too. It was a slow start with a strong finish. If I say.
No Alicia Witt movies yet?
No, I don't think Alicia Witt is partaking.
What?
In this holiday season.
Did she move over to GAC or whatever that other channel is?
Where Danica went?
Yeah, where Danica went? There's so much Hallmark drama this year.
Did you say that Danica went there?
Yeah, she went to that. What is that?
Yeah, this year was her last one. Yeah, she signed a multi-year deal with the new.
Man, I liked her.
Yeah.
Her movies.
Her movies will live on, I'm sure. They'll just be the old ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
She'll be in the castle forever.
Always in the castle. Has there been a Lacey
Candace
movie?
Cameron Bure,
yes.
her movies are good. Alicia Witt's movies are good. And
Lacey Chabert.
Lacey Chabert. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with them.
Has she been seen yet, Lacey, this year?
No, I saw her briefly in a commercial. So I was like, it's coming.
It's coming soon.
It's on
Party of
nonstop.
Christmas.
That's all I'm doing at night now is watching Hallmark.
I have a lot to catch up.
One of my favorite ones is the Christmas card that has Ed Asner in it.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
It's about a girl who she writes to. They send cards to the service guys, and then he comes and finds them in their town, and
haven't seen
the rest of the story.
Yeah. Yes.
I talk about the Christmas Connection a lot, which is the child who goes on the flight by herself, and then she ends up with the flight attendant. And then
you love that one. I
love it.
I watch it a lot.
With Tom Everett Scott from That
Thing
You Do.
Yes.
That's a really good one.
So
I don't know what it is. Some of they're very simple, but sometimes they hit the lines the right way, and boom,
Absolutely.
Christmas moments.
I kind of feel like, Candace and her movies, they're a lot alike, but the one where she goes to Alaska, for some reason, the last few years, I'm like, if I haven't seen that, sometimes it'll get late in the season. I'm like, I have not seen this Alaska movie yet. What is happening? I get a little worried. I don't know that it's really a Hallmark Christmas until Candace is in Alaska. It's not a great movie, that one, but it's cute.
Is that the one with Alan Thicke as the dad?
No, that's the one where she's opening the resort. Yes.
Yeah.
No, this is where she's in the small town of Alaska, and she's a doctor, and she has to go there for her residency because she didn't get the one she wanted or whatever. Right. And then the boyfriend's dad is Santa, or is he? That.
Listen, anytime I said this on the episode, anytime that there is some sort of whimsical element to these Hallmark movies, I'm in.
Yes.
100%.
Right.
The straight up love story, whatever. They're all the same, but it has that little whimsical thing happening to it.
I don't know if this one was from last year, but there's one with Candace Cameron Bure where she is from like 1945 and she wrecks her car and she goes into that barn and then she wakes up and it's current like 2018.
Yes.
Did you see that one?
I did.
That wasn't the shoes, right? She had a bunch of shoes.
That's a different one.
No. I just watched that one the other night. Actually was good.
Yeah.
Like, you know that time travel isn't real, but like time travel, like that's so cool. I know. Don't make the face, Frank. I know. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I want it to be real. Right?
Me too. Same. As I approach the birthday. Same.
Right.
Well, we couldn't go. We had to go on a significant Hallmark movie tangent.
I know.
Shannon.
I really do think that if we do Vlogmas, which at this point in November, we have not decided whether or not we're doing, I really feel like it just needs to be reviews of Hallmark movies. I really think that's all we have to do for Vlogmas. We just
review
just
24 Hallmark
I think
movies.
That's fair.
We can split them up and we'll just review a bunch. Quick little highlights,
I mean, it would keep our creative brains at bay. Like, I don't have any ideas.
Exactly. This is the only thing we're doing. Shannon would watch them, and that's all that matters. So,
and I would talk to them because that's what I do when I'm in the car. I talk to you both.
I appreciate that. We're listening. We're always listening.
Always listening. All right, Shannon's just trying to avoid the quiz now, so we have to get to it.
No, wait, just one more thing.
Okay, go ahead,
Frank.
Yes.
I had to laugh really hard the other day when you were on Stephers podcast and you were talking about your underoos. Star Wars underoos.
Yes.
Listen, it's all I wished for, and that poor material of the C-3PO not really golden looking shirt was everything. It was everything to me, my God.
I did a double take in my car when you said that. I was like, did he just what's he talking about? Wait, did I miss the question? What was the question? How did we get here? Like, did I daze out? What's going on?
I spent weeks on live streams and podcasts talking about that I had a fever while recording that podcast.
Oh, that was great.
It was your fever dream.
Oh, no, I enjoyed talking to Stephers, but I got a kick out of the fact that I had a fever the whole time.
Yeah.
And those things came out.
That's what happened.
And when Jen doesn't text me about I guess you tweeted a little bit about what I said on the Stephers podcast.
Yeah, I tweeted in the beginning because I listened in parts over different days. So yeah, the first half I was doing a live tweet, if you will, but not really.
I was surprised I wasn't held to a lot of what I said on that podcast.
I mean, yeah, there is more, and I was like, oh, I should be tweeting about the second half of this podcast, but I was driving, and then I couldn't remember things, so it happens.
All right, Shannon, it is now time for the quiz. Are you ready?
It's happening, Shannon.
Okay.
All right, so we've been doing a nostalgia quiz with guests, but this is a holiday nostalgia quiz. So we're going to ask you a series of questions. And to the best of your recollection, please provide an appropriate response. I don't know why I made that so serious. I don't know.
Trying to scare
her. Shannon, if you will, what is your first holiday memory?
I remember being at church on Christmas Eve and one of the gentlemen there singing "Oh Holy Night." And I was little for that. And ever since then, "Oh Holy Night" has to be on Christmas Eve for me.
That would play into the second question. What is your favorite holiday song? We already know the answer.
Yeah. "Oh Holy Night." Yes, definitely.
All right.
I like all Christmas songs though. So do you have the Christmas radio station on the car that come? Oh, so you probably both have Sirius or good stuff.
I don't anymore.
Yeah. So I have on the radio, the Christmas radio station when I'm not listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
When does that start early for you, or like does it start right before Thanksgiving? Because we have
No, it's on.
106.7.
It started weeks ago.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! Holy mackerel!
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 106.7 Light FM, which didn't have it yet, but I'm anticipating it this Friday. It's usually the Friday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. No,
True.
it's been on for weeks.
Of course, this is December, so it's already been on for weeks for us as well.
Right. It's been on.
You know what I mean? So confusing. All right, so I knocked out the first two questions, Jen,
Yes.
and now you've
All right. What is your favorite meal at the holidays?
Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Turkey, mashed potatoes, my mom's Christmas dinner. That would be my favorite.
Nice. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you do cranberry sauce as well?
Yes, and cranberry relish.
Oh.
Like it has orange. It has like orange. Like she crushes up the cranberries. Like and then I know there's orange in it. I don't know exactly what all. It's sweetened, and I prefer that to the cranberry sauce.
Okay.
But yes, there is
Interesting.
sauce.
What about the can of cranberry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was
that's
my
what I'm
next
talking about.
question.
The can
Okay,
of
good.
cranberry sauce. Yes, the jellied
So
can.
the sphere, the cylinder
yes.
of.
Yes,
It's the only way to go.
Love it.
right.
My favorite.
A holiday movie you watch every year.
The Santa Claus.
Oh,
Nice. That's a good
that's a
one.
good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't hear that enough. I you don't hear about that one enough.
It's a good one.
That's always one to make you in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah. I feel like I need to go back and watch it. I feel like I haven't seen that movie in a while.
With the kids.
For the kids.
Not with the kids, not for the kids.
No.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait a little bit on that one.
Well, sure. Yes. I won't.
I remember like refusing to see that movie for a while because I don't think I approved of the premise. And then when I finally saw it, I was like, oh, this is a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Allen's great.
Yeah. Speaking of, I was asked today if I had watched the new Home Alone, and I was like, but it was from like a mom friend, so she doesn't know how crazy I am. So I was like, no, I don't know if I can. And she was like, no, I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, okay, got you. Okay, good. Noted. Anyway, next question. Do you have either is it an earliest memory, a favorite childhood gift that you received?
I don't have a favorite childhood gift, but one of my favorite gifts when I was pregnant with my daughter, my dad and my brother built me a toy chest.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so that's probably one of my like favorite things I've ever gotten that like really hit me emotionally. Like it was very sweet of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a good one. We'll allow it.
I'm gonna preface this by saying I don't want to ruin the sweet moment. Was the toy chest filled with clothes that could not be worn until January 6th?
No, there was not. I was married, so I was allowed to take the toy chest home with me that day.
Nice. Excellent.
What a jerk. Oh, it's such a nice moment. Oh, but I have something funny to ask in my head. Oh.
Yeah, to ruin it. Oh, what did I just do?
All right, you can ask the final question because I asked the first two questions. So
and then you ruin the moment, so I get to do the final one. Could you describe your perfect Disney holiday day?
That's a good one. Yes. So I would like to stay at a resort that would maybe like Wilderness Lodge.
Okay.
You get the good vibes there, right?
For sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then a good breakfast somewhere. I don't know where necessarily, but you have to have a good breakfast. Yeah. And then being in the Magic Kingdom. I mean, you have to be in the Magic Kingdom on Christmas for good Christmas vibes and have a Christmas party, I believe. Frank.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, Frank is frozen again. All right. Well.
Yeah. I think that you would need like the snow on.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, now I've said all of that, but to make it perfect, we would then be able to go to hashtag always MGM and have the Osborne lights back.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
That would make it
1,000%.
perfect.
That would make it perfect.
Right.
You can like walk around looking at the Osborne lights, some hot chocolate, even though it's probably a little too warm, but you still have it anyway. That would be like the good ending to that day.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pop over there then.
Yep.
You're right. What happened over there?
I don't know. Something fell. Okay.
That is a perfect way to. I mean, as good as the Magic Kingdom can be walking down Main Street at night, the Osborne lights were there, just there waiting for you at the end of the day. Always.
Yes.
But here's what's good about this time of year too, because it's getting darker earlier. You can kind of still see like Main Street at night a little bit and get that vibe, and then shoot over to see the Osborne lights. Right. Yeah.
Have some fireworks. Have some fireworks. But see, this is my ideal day, so I can make it the way I want it.
Exactly.
To be.
Whatever you want.
You get the fireworks, and then you get to go to see the Osborne lights to finish it out.
Perfect.
And you're wearing your Christmas garb.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You would have a specialty shirt, would you not?
We would definitely have a specialty t-shirt.
Yeah. I'm going to tangent for a second and just ask one more question that is not on the quiz, but about the shirts. Do you design them yourself or someone in your family, or do you do like an Etsy? What do they got going on?
I get the designs from Etsy to use with my Cricut. Yeah. I have not figured out how to necessarily do the design work yet, and I need a little bit more time so that you can, I think, take some classes, watch some YouTube videos, and they're so inexpensive to buy them that the effort to do it just makes sense to I just spend hours looking at Etsy and deciding what I want.
Yep. That makes sense. I've done that
Arting
too.
a lot of things.
Love it.
All right. Well, Shannon, that's the end of the quiz. You've done it.
Yay. You did it.
I think I got an A.
A plus.
Well, we can't thank you enough for all your support. We can't believe we haven't had you on the podcast the very first time here today as part of the 12 days of Dillo's Diz social media Ohana. But we're thankful for your support over the last few years, and grateful that we could sit here and talk in a little bit face to face. And now we got to go to Hershey Park.
Yep.
Yes. And you need to let me know that you're going to Hershey Park.
Oh, yeah. Obviously. Of course. Yes.
Shannon, you want to plug your Instas here? I plugged it a little bit for you, but you can talk about where they can find you on the social media.
It's Shanny Pants.
That's all you need to know. Yeah. Early days of us getting to know Shannon, I recall her popping up in some of our Instagram lives, and we were like, how do we say her name?
Yes, I remember that.
How do we acknowledge? Do we just Shannon? What do we say? Do we not say?
I feel like I'm still not saying them right over the years, so it's fine.
Exactly.
I think you say it right.
Shannon, great to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was an honor to be on with you. I was really thrilled that you asked me to be a part of it. So thanks.
Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz, featuring Frank Cardillo and Jen Cardillo Snyder. The theme was composed by Matt Harvey. The intro and the outro was performed by Lindsay Zarugian. The Dillo's Diz fact checker is Mel Dale. You can give Dillo's Diz a follow on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok at Dillo's Diz. Dillo's with an S, Diz with a Z. You can like Dillo's Diz on Facebook, facebook.com/Dillo's Diz. And you can subscribe to Dillo's Diz on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dillo's Diz. That is where you'll find Theme Park Thursday live each and every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Drop us a line,
Dillo's Diz, 55 Gerard Street, number 987, Huntington, New York, 11743. And you can check in to the Dillo's Diz Resort at dillosdizresort.com, your virtual destination for exclusive Dillo's Diz content. 3 membership level tiers, all at dillosdizresort.com. We'll see you real soon, and that real soon is next week for Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. The Improviser's Guide Network 2021.